Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check another VR builds, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So, as usual, we're gonna do these F2P builds, and I'm gonna do it on a stage, on a step 51. I think 51 is good enough for this one. So, similar to last time, you don't want to go beyond your normal capabilities. We're not abusing a borrow. Abusing a borrow is an option, sure, but we are not doing that here. I am using the name of Fuma, as you can see, but you can use whichever formation you want. This one is good because it reduces damage taken, and there's a lot of enemies on this stage. So, the cornerstone of the strategy is going to be Felicia. Felicia is going to perform two roles, a tank and a healer. So, what are we doing with her? We're equipping a PvP weapon 5 out of 5 plus 10 and a whatever weapon 5 out of 5 plus 15. The further you go, the better, but this is what I have here. Then, anti-machine Magatamas. Remember, as long as you have on your anti-trait Magatamas beyond 1.5, it's gonna be great because if you have perfect Magatamas for that reduce damage against all enemies, those are good, but they are not the best. And if you start to build your own anti-machine, anti-demon, anti-whatever Magatamas, you want to go beyond 1.5 to surpass the maximum that offers damage against all enemies, or damage reduction against all enemies in this case. Then, whatever Magatamas on the sub-slot, just to increase the stats. Evil Strange to heal, Vampiric Zone to heal, and Render Insight to become even tankier. It is very, very important that we use this. Then, for supporters, there's options, and let me explain what you can do with this. I am using two UR, and it has been a while that we received them this year, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe newer players don't have them. So, what can you use here? We want to go blue because of the build. So, if you have Fuma Mane, that's an option. You can use it. If you have Heaviko, that's an option. But if you're really FTP or are just beginning, Yusuriha is an excellent option because the utility she provides with the snare is just great. But put it on the main. You need it on the main. Then, Maesder is also an option. You can put this on the main. She's going to give you damage reduction, which is fine. And it has a 29-second cooldown. So it is an FTP option that you can use. But of course, try to go with UR if possible. Then, what else can you equip? If you're an old player, you can use Sakuya. Sakuya is super great. There's also the limited option of Onisaki Kurara, great. Shadow Fairy Sakura, also good. Akina, as I mentioned, she's absolutely amazing. Arabella. Let's see. What else? No, not this one. Shinganji Korenai Yumei. And by the way, she's probably one of the few supporters who doesn't double the number on this when she's 5 out of 5. Like, she starts at 30, but she goes up to 40. That's weird. But anyways, it is what it is. Then, technically you can use Lapis on the main if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it that much. Not for this build. Anyways, so I'm using these ones. We need the damage because Felicia heals on damage. If you can go with damage reduction instead of a snare, that's better. You definitely want that damage reduction, trust me. These are my supporters, not my customs, my stats from the customs, and my stats from the stat training. And now, let's check the other one. We're gonna use Tokiko. Tokiko has become another essential character for newer players because she's very F2P friendly, easy to build, and she works well as an attacker and as a supporter. So, what does she offer? By using Mechanical Dart Knife, she's going to be able to increase the damage of the party by 40% just by using normal attacks, which is great. We use anti-machine Magatamas to increase our damage, whatever Magatemas on the subslot, whatever weapon on the subslot, both 5 out of 5, plus 11 and plus 10. We need the basic enhancer so that the AI works as a range attacker. That way, she's not gonna position in front of the enemy, which we want. Unfortunately, she's a mid-range attacker, not exactly a long-range attacker, so it's still not optimal, but we can manage. Then, Clairvoyance to reduce the defense of the enemy, and it's a perfect dodge, so that's great. And there's also Blast to further reduce the defense of the enemy, which is great. So this is 6 seconds, 10 seconds, and the weapon give us 10 seconds. The thing is that these things, if I'm not mistaken, the duration does not stack, so yeah. But anyways, we're gonna use Misaki on the main, super amazing supporter. And we're also going to use Lamarck. Lamarck is an excellent option for the subslot. I wouldn't recommend this on the main. And it's even better if your whole team is human. This one has one demon and two demons. I'm using 2 demons. So this is not the best, but we're receiving it this month. It's up to P, and it gives you damage increase. If you can go with something that gives you damage reduction, like Hisui, let's see, what else? What else is a good option? Checking. Or something that gives you damage increase, that's also nice, like this, or now. Let's see. Yeah. There's not that many options. Also, the Founding Tree is a good option, but... and you can use... Well, on the last lot, we're using Barretta because we received this supporter on Summer, and probably most people have it. And also, Torajiro is a great option if you have it. So, let's see. Stats from the customs, stats from the stat training, and let's go with our main damage dealer. For main damage dealer, there's options. You can use Chizuru, you can use Asuka, you can use Astaroth, as we saw. You can use Emily if you have the UR weapon, and there's one more. And there's Sue. Those that I mentioned, with the exception of Emily, have an SR gacha weapon that has anti-machine trade. If you have those, then you can equip them. I prefer going with Astaroth, going with a range attacker that has high mobilities best, so I'm using Astaroth in this case. Remember, you can change your main attacker depending on who is your stronger. You will perform better or worse. So try to have Astaroth. Astaroth is a great option for these kind of stages. So Hexagram, which gives us anti-machine damage. Then anti-machine Magatemes, whatever weapon. 5 out of 5, plus 15, both of them. We can use Fire Wave or Fire Blast, whichever is fine. And then we're going to use Hellblaze, and we're going to use Lava Servant for ease of use. Because we can abuse the mines, that's why. Then we're going to use Faust. Faust is not going to help you with the passive, but with the active. Reduces defense of all machine type enemies by 100% for 12 seconds. Great. And the cooldown is going to be 42 seconds, but the downtime is 30 seconds because of the duration. So that's amazing. It is super fast. Homurat to increase your damage, and Furfur, which is another supporter that we receive. Wait a moment. How long has it been? No. I think that we received it this summer, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, you can equip whatever you have that is good. There's plenty of options. There's Stella, there's Granny, there's Nino here, Granny over here. There's Astaroth if you want to try to break the super armor, but that's on the main. There's Yukina, there's Kirara, there's Galilim if you want a little bit of defense. Mai. So, anyways, customs, yeah, the customs are going to help me a lot, and max stat training because it is Astaroth. As simple as that. So let's test it. Let's do it. It's gonna be pretty easy, I think, but it is risky because I'm not using enough damage reduction. If you have supporters with damage reduction, go for those, please. You want damage reduction. The active, and let's destroy the enemies. Yeah, the duration of that debuff is just insane. And look how much I heal. I have no problems here. I tested this same strategy on a higher step, on 80 something, and it was not viable because the enemy was dealing too much damage. So be careful. Be sure to be on a step that you can manage the damage naturally. If you have damage reduction, well, that's great. That's one less thing to worry about. And yeah, cool, cool, cool. Okay, done. Easy, simple. You see? I mean, Astrod is just amazing for dealing with these multiple enemies because of the high mobility. Um, the other options, maybe Aska you can use, but the other ones who have uh, the other ones who have mm, anti-trade weapons are not that great. And of course, Emily is a great option, and it's better to go on blue with her, with blue with her, but um, you can go with Asuka too because she can also be range. But Shizuru needs to get near the enemy. Su needs to get near the enemy, so you need a ton of damage reduction in order to use them effectively. We're gonna try it one more time. If it is too much for me, that's also good because I'm going to show you that you should definitely avoid going beyond the capabilities of your build. Uh, it is okay to farm on whatever step you're able to farm, as long as you're comfortable. That's what really matters. Let's see if I can. I need a little bit of luck here. Maybe I can do it, but it is risky. If the enemy has damage increase or something, or too many demerits for my build, there, I think I can manage. Maybe. But 80 was, it was dealing too much damage on my units. Okay, come on. Go with Felicia. Go with Felicia. There. And I use Faust. I use Lava Servant. There. I'm going to use the ultimate because I can. And yeah, I managed to defeat even step. Oof. Step 70. But remember that I have my awakening skills to help me. They all the PvE awakening the PvE awakening skills are upgraded. So basically I have an advantage. I have an advantage over most players. So just find the sweet spot for you and try to use this skill and take as much advantage. You see, look at the HP. She survived, but as a mid-range attacker, she's at risk. That's why I recommend having a little bit of defense, damage reduction. And the idea, as I mentioned, deal as much damage as possible with this. Maybe I can do another build, extremely aggressive build. The problem is that it would rely on some form of control, like Oboro, but abusing this is just great, so that you delete everything super quickly. Though you miss a form of damage increase in the main passive, you do have these to compensate. So, well, that's about it, guys. I hope you find this useful. I'll keep up the F2P builds, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!